What's up, people? Welcome back to another video. Welcome to some more Carx Street, and in today's video I'm going to try and build the Tokyo Drift Mustang, which of course has an RB26 in it, and we're going to be drifting it. Now before people start foaming at the mouth, I know that this isn't the exact same Mustang that's in the film. I know, okay? Just letting you know. Alright, before I continue off with this build. But we do have an old Mustang in this game, and I wanted to try and maybe see if we could try and turn this thing into the Tokyo Drift Mustang, or at least get close to it, at the very least. But yeah, that's what we're doing in today's video. Also, if you guys are new to the channel and you're enjoying the content, if you want to support me as a creator, all you have to do is just literally click that subscribe button. That's literally all you have to do. And if you have already done it, then thank you. I appreciate it a lot. Alright, let's get started with this thing. I just bought this thing, by the way. So right now it's completely stock. 317 horsepower, weighs 1,654 kilos. It's rear-wheel drive. As you can see, it's pretty slow, it's sluggish, it drives like a boat. It's very, like, hoppy. Like, as soon as it hits like a curb or something, or I'm changing directions a bit too quickly, it starts wobbling its way around everything. The suspension's really soft on it. Wait, what's it look like from the inside? Oh my god! The tires are too grippy for it, so it's just hopping on the tires every time I change direction. Oh my god, a roundabout. Oh god. There we go. Oh god, it's so bouncy. Let's do stuff to it. Let's start off with the modifications on this thing, as in like the performance upgrades with this car. So I am going to be putting in an RB26, which we have available right here, which of course is the same as the car that was in the movie. So we're going to slap this in it, and then we're going to start basically making this thing lighter and give it more power. I'm probably not going to max this thing out. I don't really want this thing to have 1,000 horsepower, whatever it is. I was thinking maybe we'll go with just racing parts on it. Racing parts meaning that we still have the customization, or I guess the ability to change, you know, give it higher RPM or whatever, more fuel or more torque or whatever. We're still able to adjust stuff in the upgrade tab here, but we're not getting it to have a silly amount of horsepower because I don't really need it. I'm going to keep this thing rear-wheel drive as well, and I'm assuming this thing is probably going to make about 400 or 500 horsepower, and I'm happy with that, to be honest with you. So let's try and do this, and we'll see where we end up with. Yeah, I mean, apart from that, like, I don't really need it to have a lot more power than that. We'll see, like I said, how much we get up to afterwards. Like, some of the stuff that I have, yeah, class change, that's fine. 400 and something, 424, and then with the upgrades as well, we can lift our RPMs up. Peak RPM, lift that up. Lift the torque RPM. Yeah, 436 horsepower. I think is just more than enough. I think we'll be fine with that. I can obviously get some slightly worse tires on this thing as well, so it's got to be fine doing that. All right, for the transmission, we're gonna swap this thing to the T50S as usual because it's always really good. Racing parts again, I don't really care for it. Sports welded diff. I mean, ideally we could go with like the proper one, but I don't really need to be honest with you. I'm not gonna put the crazy clutch in it as well. Again, gear ratios, just racing parts is fine for this thing. Again, I don't really want this thing to be like absolutely mental. Fully stripped out though, 100%. We're gonna do that, and I'll actually give it the top end weight reduction as well, because it's the cars in this game have a massive difference when you change their weight, and you lower the weight as much as possible. It's absolutely mental how much of a difference that actually makes with these cars. Downforce, I don't really care for that. I don't really want to put anything there because I'm not going to be going fast enough to really care for it. Again, more racing parts for this. I think the only thing that I'm going to... Whoa. The only thing that I'm going to do, actually, I was going to say, is for the suspension, I'm going to buy the ultimate parts for all these because it'll adjust, or it'll let me adjust the camber and caster and all that sort of stuff up to the highest possible level. You know? Brakes, again, we're going to go down to this, but again, everything else... Just because this is very much a drift car, I want full adjustability. Obviously, not as high as having the prototype parts, but just full adjustability. Anyway, with everything else. Just so it's a little bit easier for me. All right, cool. Well, I'm happy with that. That's all done. I'll be back in this shop anyway to adjust all the settings in my suspension and all that. So I'll be back in a minute. But I'm gonna go back to the styling shop now, and of course we need to change the body count on this thing. See if you can change it so it looks even more like that Mustang. I need to put the stripes on it, paint it green, and obviously change the wheels. And then I'll come back and then I'll adjust the stance of it properly. I'll adjust pretty much everything else. So we'll see how that works. I actually really like this kit. That's a really, really sick kit. It doesn't need to be wide body though. Yeah. That's the thing about the one from Fast and Furious. It's pretty much very much stock from the outside. There's not really much going on with the outside of it. So it's very much stock. Okay. Rear bumper. Not much else going on here. Headlights we can change. I don't really like that at all, to be honest with you. Taillights. Taillights with the chrome is fine as well. I don't really mind that either. Mirrors. I don't know. I want to change mirrors? I don't really. The thing is with this, right, is that we can't really turn this thing into the proper Mustang that we have from the film because it's not the same car. But we can still do stuff to it. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's like turning this thing into the unicorn Mustang. Oh, the side pipes are actually very, very sick. Actually, I'm digging the side pipes. I'm kind of tempted to do that. The only problem is, though, it'll now be left with a big empty gap on the rear bumper, which I don't really mind too much. But actually, if we do that, if I go to the rear bumper, will that change? No. Nothing will change there. Okay. Apart from that, I don't think there's anything else that I can really change, right? Body kit wise, it'll go to the cage, the exhaust on the side. Alright, let me try find a set of wheels that are very similar to the ones from the film, and I'll be right back. Okay, well, I found these ones. These are probably the closest ones that we're going to get to the actual ones used in the film. The ones in the film are multi-piece 7 spokes, and I don't think we can actually find any multi-piece 7 spokes, but these have a little bit more of a center offset. They kind of go in, like the ones in the film kind of have a little bit more dish, which we can't actually find any dished wheels, dish 7 spoke wheels in this game. So it's about as close as I can possibly get to the actual wheels from the film itself. So that is fine. I need to change my wheels though. They need to be slightly bigger in size. I don't think we don't need the car to be that low, even though it looks really, really good like this. But yeah, okay, cool. Now the next up is I want to change this thing to a green. So go all the way over to green on this one. Brightness needs to go all the way down, very far down. Not quite black, but almost. So something like this. Maybe a little bit more into the... There we go. A little bit more into towards the blue area. So something like this is about as close, I think, that we could possibly get to the actual color. So this green looks really, really close. Maybe a tad bit darker. Just a little bit darker. Maybe something like this is very, very close to it. I like this. That looks clean. I also don't really want to change. I don't want to give it tints or anything either. I'll definitely change the seats and all that. So we do have some better seats. So we got like Recaros and stuff like that. But apart from that, I'm liking the look of the screen on the Mustang. It's pretty good. All right, for the wheels themselves, they're pretty much gray in the game, or in the movie. So we're gonna try and find like a nice metallic, like gray for them. So something like this. Maybe they're a bit too dark like this. See if we can find anything. Caramel makes them a bit too shiny. Pearlescent, no. Metallic is probably the best. Oh, I'm kind of like, they need to be perfect. Absolutely perfect. This is exactly what I was looking for. This is exactly what I was looking for. I think as though as well with the lip or the rest of it was that it's like chrome. So I'm going to try to see what it looks like with that done. So I'm going to do that for that. And then for the lip, if I change this and I make it, instead of looking like that, if I can make it maybe chrome. Chrome. And then change obviously the color to... Wait, what? Chrome. It needs to be brighter in color. I can't... Can I not actually get the... Okay, there we go. Saturation, turn that down. Brightness as bright as possible. So chrome lips and then the inner wheels were like metallic. That looks okay. We'll keep it like that. That definitely looks a lot closer than what I thought it was going to look like, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. Okay. Calipers and all that. I don't really care for that. It doesn't really change too much over there. Styling. Styling. We need to... I'll change the steering wheel as well, so we can have like an aftermarket, maybe like a drift wheel, something like that. We'll put a hydro in it. I don't even know if the car in real life actually had a hydro in it, to be honest with you. I definitely want to change the seat though. The seat is like a Recaro style seat though in the film, so I'm gonna do that. I don't even know if it is actually Recaro, but you know, aftermarket racing seat anyway. So we'll just do this. We'll do like R Corp. I'll keep the passenger seat normal. Brake discs and pads. I'm pretty sure the discs, or yeah, the discs were. I don't know why I said brake discs and pads. I'm pretty sure the discs were drilled and slotted, so we'll do that. Underglow, no. License plate, take that off because it looks better. Backfire, don't care. Natural effect, no. Okay, last but not least, I need to put some sort of a livery on this thing. See if we can find anybody that has done anything with this car. With this, yes. This is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted. Basically this. The stripes on the bottom and the stripes on the hood. This is exactly what I wanted. It just stops me from doing this. Even the color is green in the picture. I like that. Yes, apply livery. Cool. Yeah, well, I'm very happy with that. That's already looking so much more Tokyo driftified. It's not particularly accurate. It's not like the best thing in the world because, of course, it's not. First of all, the wheels aren't the same, and then obviously we don't even have the correct Mustang as well. But it's definitely a lot closer than what I thought it was going to look like. Genuinely. Okay, cool. I need to adjust my setup for it. So I need to make the wheels slightly bigger, and like the actual, you know, alloys themselves, and then basically change the tire profile, really, and then obviously make it a tiny bit wider with the track width. It's gonna look a bit more monster trucky, but that's what the one in the movie is looking like, pretty much. So, anyway, I'll show you guys in a second. All right, I think that's it. I think that is pretty much it. That is the closest bit of stance that I could possibly do to this car, to the actual one in the movie. Like this is as close as I could possibly get it, and it's looking like this. I mean, it already wants to get sideways. I mean, I'm on Sports Plus tires. Whoa. I haven't actually driven this thing yet, so I just kind of put a basic setup on it just to see. Pretty much how I usually build my cars. I mean, it's got power to send this thing sideways with the Sports Plus tires, so reducing the tire compound is whoa. Or not reducing it, but like changing the tire compound on this thing is probably gonna get it to be even more ridiculous. Change fuel as well, just so we can make it more snappy. We go with Street Pluses or do we go with Sports? We'll go Street Pluses, I think. Let's buy another set of Street Pluses. Didn't mean to do that, but I bought even more. And again, we're building this thing for style as well as function, but I don't want it to be fast around corners. I want it to be like smooth. I'm so disappointed with how shit that RB26 sounds in this game. This thing just goes, by the way. It just goes. It is so easy to send sideways. It actually pushes the back end out so far. I'm honestly not even displeased with the way my gear ratios are, to be honest. I definitely thought I would have had to go back and change the way they are. I haven't really done anything to the gearbox or to the gear ratios. I just kind of left them the way they are. But it's fine. Most of the corners are 3rd and 4th, which is exactly what I really want. Super, super tight corners will be down at the 2nd. I mean, it's definitely got it. Even though it's smooth with it, look at that. It's so clean. That is lovely to drive. Oh my god, that is so nice to drive. That's crazy that you can just extend your slide just by changing gear and then it just keeps going. It's got so much power and the slip is just perfect. Even riding it on handbrake is fine. Yeah, this is really nice to drive. It's actually really, really well balanced. Completely doesn't need a ton of horsepower. This is just way more than enough. I mean, if I really wanted to be even more slippery, I could just like get it worse tires, but I don't need it to be. This is perfect. It's easy to increase the angle, it's easy to decrease the angle, and have it still going sideways. That is honestly so nice. Again, not the most movie accurate thing in the world that I've managed to build, because I've done some better jobs on other cars, but with what we had available, honestly, I'm pretty happy with the way this thing turned out. If you've done any builds like this before, then you know exactly what it feels like. Alright, everyone, then I'm gonna finish the video off here. Ugh. If you guys enjoyed it, then of course, don't forget to subscribe and to like the video. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be making more weird builds like this, but this was fun to try and copy a movie car. A lot of the times you can get it to be quite accurate, but there are some times where you can't. This is obviously one of those times where it's not 100% accurate, but still quite close. But just in terms of this car, the way it started off being such a bouncy, you know, boaty, like, let's just put it nicely, it's a piece of shit, completely stock, into something like this, it's honestly really, really nice to drive. I'm happy with it. I'm definitely happy with it. Alright, thank you again for watching, and I'll speak to you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good day.